a little bit different. It's not really a fashion video or like things I like. It's more dealing with how to heal a broken heart. The world is so crazy right now. Why not talk about this? I know a lot of people are going through things, and I'm definitely no exception to the rule. So if you want to hear my tips for how to heal a broken heart, just keep listening. Therapy is something that I definitely recommend if you feel like you are going through a tough time and this video isn't enough. Of course, refer yourself to a therapist. But these are just my tips on what I do to feel better, and hopefully you guys will take something from it and it'll help somebody out. So yeah, let's get started. So sometimes the only way out is through, and I guess the biggest thing is the very first step. Just give yourself time to feel all the emotions, be hurt, upset, angry, like really mad. Do whatever you have to do to kind of get those emotions out, but definitely don't run from them. Don't deny that they're there. Just go through them. Like, feel all of those emotions and really take the time to kind of like sit with them and be comfortable where you're at. There's no need to like try to push them away. I feel like sometimes when we push things away, it just makes it harder. So really give yourself time to heal, do what you have to do, but definitely let yourself feel those emotions when they come up. The next thing I like to do is journal all of my feelings. I know it sounds kind of crazy or like a little awkward to do if you're not into journaling, but I really think that this step is super important just because I feel like people don't normally do this, and sometimes when you actually write out everything that you're feeling, it can be super therapeutic. So definitely try it if you haven't. I think it could be super helpful. I even sometimes, like, you can write yourself a letter, like just sort of allowing yourself to release any blame or anything that you might have associated with your personal heartbreak. You can write a letter too if you're going through something where somebody hurt you. You can write a letter to that person, and of course you're never going to send it, but like at least just write it so that way those emotions can come out and they have a place to go. You can leave the letter, you know, on your desk or wherever just for a few days and kind of like sit with it, even for a few weeks or however long you need. And then once you feel like you're in a good place where that letter's not serving you anymore, something I love to do is like rip it up, or I'll burn it, just some way to kind of like rid yourself of any kind of negativity that was coming from that letter, and just kind of as a closure, just to be done with it. So step number 3 is to just give yourself grace. Remember that going through heartbreak is something that really sucks, and there's just kind of no way to get around. Like I said in the beginning, those emotions and those feelings sometimes are really negative, and it's not fun to have to like sit with them, but the worst thing that you can do is beat yourself up about it. The best thing to do is just to remember that you're human and we're all going through things, and it's really important to just give yourself grace and allow yourself to really heal. Sorry, my cat came and she's being a brat, so she's gonna be in the video now. So I think the next step is the hardest for people because it's about letting go. So really just trusting that you can let go and know that if you do that, there's always something better waiting for you on the other side. I think a big thing, especially when it comes to like any kind of breakup or some sort of heartbreak like that, is that we all try to really hold on so tightly, and it's like we worry about the other person maybe moving on too quickly and what that's going to feel like or what they might be doing, and It sort of makes us want to continue to call them, or maybe just, you know, spy on them or check up and see what they're doing. But that's probably the worst thing you could do. The best possible thing to do is to just trust that you are letting it go, and you're letting it go to whatever you might believe in is going to take care of it. Like, some sort of higher power is taking care of it for you, and you don't have to worry about anything but yourself and moving forward from that point on. And it's definitely super tough, but I think this step definitely comes a little bit later. Like I said, give yourself that time to feel those emotions, but at a certain point there does come a time where it's just sort of like, okay, I need to let this go. I need to sort of move forward and see what that means for me. Step number 5 is actually my favorite step, because it's doing like affirmations, but it's not really like writing them out, or at least that's not really what I do. It's more like, and this is especially if you're going through a personal thing where, like I said, maybe you've gone through a breakup that's really hard. You want to try to build yourself up. So once you've decided, I'm letting go and I'm done worrying about this, I'm giving this to God, I'm giving this to a higher power, whatever it may be. If you don't believe in that, just say, like, I am done with it, whatever, not even my problem anymore. And then affirm to yourself, like, I'm the best, I'm awesome, I'm a badass babe, I don't need this shit, like, I am going to be okay. Just reaffirming that to yourself and telling yourself, like, pep talking yourself basically, and kind of like building yourself up, so that way you could start to feel stronger. Like, I'm gonna work out, I'm gonna do the things that I need to do to carry on with my life, and whoever can't see what I am and who I am can step aside, because I don't need that energy around me. I'm awesome, I'm good, I'm all there is, I'm all that I need. And as long as you keep kind of like affirming that, I feel like that really does do something, like, to definitely help you move past something. Like, if you're going through something, even if you're going through another kind of emotional heartbreak, it's important to pep talk yourself. Like, today is going to be better, I'm going to get through this, like, I'm strong, I'm powerful. Like, saying these things to yourself, I guess, seems kind of like, I don't know, like, it's a little like journaling. It's a little weird at first, it might feel a little uncomfortable, but it's kind of like when you buy a new outfit or something, if you can relate to that, and you put it on and you feel super amazing in it, and it just makes you feel like, ugh, oh my gosh, yes, everything about this, everything about the way I look right now in this is yes. That's sort of what you're doing with your words. So you're creating an environment for you to feel good about yourself, to feel excited again, and just to let that bullshit go. Anytime you start feeling yourself sink into that feeling of like, oh, I'm a little bit worried, or I'm not sure, definitely try to go back to that place of just reaffirming to yourself, like, no, I'm strong, no, I've got this, no, I'm going to be okay, I'm going to push past this, like, I'm not the first that's gone through this, and I'm not going to be the last, and I'm going to be strong, and I know it. Just having those things is huge. Step number 6 is reading, meditation, and self-help. So anything that you like to do, I personally love to read. I like to read like sort of like empowering, self-help, like motivating kind of books. Spiritual books are amazing to read. If you do like therapy, I think that could be something that could be really helpful. I've never done therapy before, but I think that it definitely does help. So especially if you feel like you need to talk to someone, I think that could be a great option. But I for sure think that any kind of, like I said, meditation or even like self-care is a form of therapy, I feel like. So if you haven't taken care of yourself in a long time, now would be a good time to take a bath and, you know, like I said, read a book, spend some time just listening to like calming music, anything that's going to make you feel nice and calm and good. That's the kind of stuff you want to be doing. Just giving yourself time and allowing yourself those things that maybe you feel are more like luxuries, getting your nails done, doing something for yourself just to honor yourself. So the next step definitely goes along with one before. It's just refreshing your space, giving yourself or your home like a little bit of a makeover, making sure that things are neat and clean and tidy. I know that like sometimes people don't love to clean, but I personally think that this is a really good step because it sort of just makes you feel completely refreshed. It's like kind of like spring cleaning. When you do it, you feel so much lighter. So that's kind of why I think this is a big important step, whether it be, you know, just cleaning out your closet and getting rid of just a bunch of old stuff that doesn't serve you, or things that remind you of maybe a time that you were going through where things were really hard and you just don't want those things in your space anymore. Just get rid of them and put something in there that's going to make you super happy. Make your home like really pretty. Get candles. Do things that are going to make you feel like a small amount of joy. If you want to do something to your appearance, like I know it's so crazy, like women always do this, they cut their hair or dye it or do something crazy with their hair when something happens, but I think it's because we all want to have like some sort of refresher. So I definitely think if you're going to do something like that, just make sure it's not like a crazy tattoo or something, but I really do feel like that can be quite therapeutic for a lot of people. So I would definitely try going through that and just seeing if something like that works for you. I personally think that, you know, when I clean my space and I just get rid of some things, it can make me feel just so much lighter. So definitely try it. The next step is slightly spiritual. Actually, it's really spiritual, but and if you're not into it, you can totally skip this step, but I think that this is another one that's sort of like good to do, just to sort of like spend some time and talk to spirit, talk to God, talk to your higher self, like whoever you, whatever your spirit guides, whatever angels, whatever kind of thing that you have in your life that's spiritual. I feel like it's important to sit and sort of talk to them and maybe ask for guidance, especially if at this point you're still feeling a little lost. It's just a good thing to do. It can, you know, be as personal as you want it to be. And I think the biggest thing to remember with that is that nobody's judging you, and you could even ask, like how I said, your higher self. If you don't believe in any of that, just, you know, I intend to know what to do about this. And I think that there is some sort of release in that as well, which is, to me, a really important part of the process. So yeah, I think that that's a really important step, and hopefully that'll kind of help to give you that closure that you're looking for. So you really want to remember that this whole thing is a process. Like I said, it's not going to be better overnight, and it's definitely going to take a little bit of time to heal from certain things. Sometimes things we go through in life are really big, and I think it's really important to remember that you are not on a schedule. It's not like, okay, on this date I'm supposed to bounce back, and just continue. Like, if you do have a bad day, it goes back to the step about giving yourself grace. Give yourself grace, say it's okay, and just know that the next day is going to be better. We can all backslide, and that's okay, and it's normal, but I think the most important things are to remember the earlier steps where we were talking about, like, just making sure that you're feeling like you're actually feeling the feelings. You're not running away or pushing them away. You just give yourself time to feel, you give yourself grace, and then you move forward. You reaffirm to yourself that you're gonna be fine, everything's okay, no big deal, we're keeping it moving, and it's gonna be awesome. I think that those are the moments where things start to get better. Really, the most important thing to remember is that your thoughts are not you. Your thoughts are things that kind of like pass through you. I know it sounds kind of woo-woo, but hear me out. Your thoughts are not who you are. These are things that are happening up here in the computer, and you have complete control over what's going on up here. So when you have a bad negative thought, right away notice that thought and tell yourself, like, nope, no, get that away. I'm not thinking of that. I'm going to think of something else. Go do something else. Give yourself like that moment where you want to, you know, like, okay, like, here I am having this bad thought. Like, you could either indulge it or you could do something productive. So for instance, maybe you're just sitting at home and you're feeling really bad and you start to spiral on a negative thought. The best thing for you to do in that moment is to call someone. You can get out, go exercise, go for a walk, you know, go somewhere with your pet, go with a friend somewhere. Like, don't necessarily have to like always indulge in these things. You do have a choice. You can tell yourself, like, hey, you know what, nope, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go do something else right now. So I think it's really important to remember that your thoughts are just passing through, and you don't always have to indulge in them. So lastly, you just want to continue to affirm self-love. Be there for yourself, be present in the moment, and if all else fails, start back at 1 at the beginning of this list. I think that that's really the most important thing. The only way out is through sometimes, and it's really tough, I know, but I think really if you just go through these steps and every day just continue to chip away at it, I think the biggest healer is time. I know that everybody says that and it sucks, but it's absolutely true, and it's just going to help. So just have faith that everything's getting better. You're getting there every single day. Self-love, self-care, and making sure that you're like telling yourself things that you're thankful in the day for. So just making sure that you are affirming the things that you're happy to have in your life, so that way you're not focused on the things that you lack or the person that you lost, the people that you lost, whatever the case may be. You're affirming, okay, like, I'm thankful for whatever it is, even if it's something so stupid like the weather. Just start with that and then build on that, and I promise things will get better. We all go through things, and I think that's the other thing that really helps people in these situations, is just to know that you are not alone. You are with a bunch of us who are going through this at the same time, and I think that's the amazing thing about the internet, is that we can all kind of like connect in that way and talk about like the things that we're going through and build a community together and sort of like support each other. So I know this video was a little bit different and not usually what I would post, but I think that this is part of what I want my channel to be about. self-help and self-love, self-care. All of those things are really important to me, and I hope that this video helps somebody. So yeah, I guess that is all I have for today, you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.